phases, and it's still going down, all iron 1. Now here in area F, all these walls you see here are also iron 1, but seem to be sitting on top of late Bronze Age walls. So where there we have a very deep deposit, here it's much shallower. Okay, and that's something that we'll have to try to understand. Why is there only one phase in the main to speak of, but there we have 3 or more. And as Ortal noted, that running up to this tower that you see here are these cross walls that actually run up to it and abut it. These walls, the best that we can tell, all belong to the late Bronze Age. We didn't have really good floors, but all the pottery associated with these walls is late Bronze Age. Okay, so again, in biblical terms, the time of Joshua, okay, roughly, okay? And it was in this corner, tucked between this wall running and abutting the tower, that we found the jug with the silver hoard. And we realized this season that that jug is actually on a floor, on a very clear surface. At the time we excavated it, it was just sitting in debris. So it's got a good stratigraphic context. And it was over here, not far from it, where Jessie Gonzalez is working, that she found that medallion. Now it illustrates the importance of keeping your eyes open.
And sifting.
And sifting. Because this was found by Jessie when they were sifting. All right? So this is one of the reasons that we do sift, even though it comes across as very tedious and dirty. It's particularly when you're close to a floor that you're going to find stuff like this. And this is one of the main reasons that we sift. But even in debris above the floor, you can come across small objects. So I emphasize once again that even if you're digging in debris that we're not requiring you to sift, do try to keep your eyes open. And you know, get all those pieces of pottery, because again, you know, you've seen some examples in sorting of like some of these small Mycenaean imports. Very small, very fine wares, but very important for dating. So what might seem to you to be insignificant could allow us to even more closely date an entire stratum. So all this stuff is quite important to be aware of. And Ortal is right that, you know, there are some stratigraphic difficulties here, but I think the picture is becoming clear. This tower, for example, where Ortal is standing, we have not gotten to the foundations of it yet. Once we do, we'll have a clear idea of when it was built. But our impression so far, and Bill Deaver, who was here, also has the same impression, that this tower, probably a part of a city wall, okay, that would have enclosed this lower city, was built in the Middle Bronze Age, again, patriarchal period, continued to be used into the Late Bronze Age, because we see the walls running up to and abutting this pre-existing tower. And then we've got the Iron 1 settlement. But as far as I know, Ortal, we don't have any abutment of Iron 1 structures with this tower, do we? Yeah. So one of the questions is, did this tower still exist in the Iron 1 period? Or had it by that time gone out of use? And my guess is the strength of argumentation lies in favor of the latter. That perhaps at the end of the Late Bronze Age, the tower goes out of use, and the Iron 1 settlement here, they would have seen the foundations, but the wall itself was no longer functioning anymore. But this is something that maybe with further excavation we'll be able to answer more clearly. Anything else? Anything else anyone has to add? Or questions?